SF Bulldog. Here with Tony Renzo, smoking some gift pot from Fernando, who is one of those guys who stands around the burning oil can on the corner of 16th and Valencia and sings songs as it warms your hands and all that stuff. It's Saturday, it's July the 13th, and I want to run over the previous week, which has been pretty busy. And I want to note, first of all, behind me is an ad for Aaron Peskin and Joe Eskenazi, I guess you could say too, but Aaron Peskin mostly. Aaron, in my opinion, and I've studied San Francisco history and been a part of watching it for 45 years up close, all the politicians. Aaron Peskin is the most qualified person to ever run for the mayor of San Francisco. He's got it all. He really does. 24 years experience. He's carved his district into a safety zone in the city because he's worked with the cops there for so long. He's got people on the police force there who were born, were babies when he first became supervisor there, and now they're on the police force. He's done one hell of a job in his district, and he knows the ins and outs. He knows every contractor. He knows every lawyer. He knows every whatever politician of the last quarter century. He's my mayoral candidate. In District 9, I'm running in District 9, and boy, we're having a hell of a good time because we've got, what's happened is the Hill Bomb event is the big event of the year, and it's in District 8, which is why Mandelman is able to fuck it up so royally. Fuck you, Raphael Mandelman. But the Hill Bombers themselves come from our district, from District 9, the Mission Kids. And I got an interview in there. Tony just finished uploading the shots that I got of Hill Bomb, and I got at the top of the hill there. I ran into a guy working on a unicycle. I don't know what they call those things, but man, this guy was really good. It was in the middle of a big crowd gathering to watch the skateboarders. And I thought, man, this is much more difficult to handle than a skateboard. And I asked the guy, I said, hey, man, I said, do they have competition for these things? And he laughed, and he still, while he's all going around the crowd and moving around the sidewalk in a busy Dolores Park, he says, as a matter of fact, that guy standing over there is the world champion of the unicycle. And I said, damn, man. So that's the Hill Bomb, just a little aside there. But I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And I went and testified before the police commission and came down hard on Mandelman. This guy's fucking killed Halloween in the Castro, too. I mean, everybody worries about a few shootings, a few stabbings, a few murders, whatever the fuck. I mean, we live in a big city. New Orleans and Mardi Gras is exactly the same way all the time. Okay, it's for a million party, you're going to have some miscreants. You're going to have some badasses fucking up. But the party is important to have because San Francisco is about a party. So I went before the commission and I told them, I said, look, guys, what you should do is not plan some kind of an attack or even a defensive procedure for the Hill Bomb. What you do is plan a fucking party, man. Plan a real serious ass party. I mean, put 4 bands in Dolores Park, and don't use Dolores Street anymore. Do a shutdown. First of all, eventually, what I'm going to propose, first of all, is that the cops design the course. I told them to get it started early and get going. The cops design the course. And you have multiple courses. You have them for various levels of strength. Some of these guys on steel wheels can go 65 miles an hour. And these people are world-class athletes. Treat them like that. Treat them like that. I mean, we've got skateboard parks. Rich Hillis put a couple of skateboard parks in here when there was none at all in the desert. But there are thousands and thousands of skateboarders out there. Treat it like a big event for the day and fill Dolores Park with music and with different levels of skateboard people. And for the closer, I found this morning, I did a film. Did you upload it, Tony? Can they hear you?
Everything got uploaded this morning.
Can they hear you?
Huh?
Can they hear you? Now?
Oh, yeah. I got all the microphones on.
Okay, it used to be that there was, last week we said we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, that's because I had the lapel mic on you. No,
okay, good.
This has 4 microphones.
Good. We can talk then. But anyway, I think that they should close down Muni for a couple of hours, or maybe just an hour, to have and use the Muni thoroughfare there, which is kind of rough for one of the skateboard courses. You know, obviously Church Street. The bottom line is that the police should get involved right away, right now, and start designing the courses, the different courses for the different levels of ability of the students. Like a marathon, you get every level of person, every level of talent a person can get out there and run in a marathon. But the world champion and the dogger like me, I mean, I've run marathons with the best marathoners in the world of the days when I used to run. Bill Rogers, Roberto Salazar. What happens is they double the courses back, and so you'll be running up, and there's the first runners are come running by you, and suddenly there goes Bill Rogers running by you, and you're running. But the thing is, you know, he's like in mile 20 and you're in mile 5 or something like that. But you get to run with them. And the skateboard thing, San Francisco skateboard thing could be that way too. I see Daniel Lurie maybe bringing Levi's in to sponsor it. Obviously, Mission Local has covered it. They should be involved in the PR side of it. But Dolores Park, you got Park and Rec, you've got SFMTA, you've got everybody but Bart would be involved in that thing there. But make it be a big carnival party celebrating skateboarding and making the best in the world. How's that sound? What do you think, Tony?
Why not?
Why not? Well,
Why
because
not?
I can't skateboard to begin with. Yeah. No, these ideas are coming to me fast and furious. It's like without methamphetamine, that's pretty good, you know. I'm wondering. I don't know if it's the pot, but I was telling one of my sisters yesterday. I said, you know, you sure sound better. She's got Parkinson's, and I said she sounds better than she had in 2 or 3 years. And she's a nurse, and she said retired. She's 81, and she said my Irish twin. But she said everybody says that, and I said I'm watching this McKenna. What is his name? I just showed him to you. Anyway, he's a doctor who does psychedelics, and he died in 2000. But he talks about the same kind of thing, like the universe is heading towards a single point, and it's going to happen very quickly. And he's talking about the same thing that I've been feeling, and we're all feeling it, is there's a time when we're going to get together. There's some people call it the singularity, the religious people, the Christians call it the rapture, but all of the religions and all of science seems to be heading to a single point. And I think McKenna calls it the escalon or eschaton or something like that, but it means the last day. I think that's really fantastic. You know, the McKenna, Scott McKenna. I don't know, but anyway, I'm good and stoned. I want to smoke a little bit more, and see if I can.
Refocus.
No, change focus. I think I've done the hill bomb, and that's a good idea to make it into a carnival. Maybe the skaters wouldn't like it. Bullshit, they'd love it. We've already got. I mean, we had. Remember when we had down at the riverfront, or the riverfront? Here I am back in St. Louis. Down at the bayfront, they had
Baker Beach. I mean,
no. At the bay, they set up a course for skateboarders and shit. Remember when those guys were down there? They were really good.
Yeah.
They had the best in the world for skateboard down there. It's been 20 years or so, something like that. But remember, skateboard's been around. I remember when I was a kid, people used to take one of their roller skates and break it apart and nail them on each end of a board. So there have been skateboards around since the 40s and 50s, I guess. I certainly remember them in the 50s. I never had an inclination, or I never even got on roller skates hardly at all. I've always been running, and now walking. But skateboards, skates, carnival. Do we need a Ferris wheel? I don't know. As I came by this morning.
We got a Ferris wheel down there in Fisherman's Wharf, Pier 39.
No. I mean for the hill bomb event. We're still designing the hill bomb.
Oh.
That's too much. Too many moving parts.
You already got it at one place. Why do you need it another?
Well, for the day, I'm thinking that the day they do the hill bomb, all day will be like a carnival. You know,
They should do Burning Man art out there that day. Just sculptures, put them up for the hill bomb.
No. Well, I was by there this morning, and every Saturday it's there. These guys are setting up this big bouncy house, so you can fill it with stuff. The sculpture, man, that's a lot of moving, a lot of work. I mean, these guys inflate that fucking a bouncy house, and that son of a bitch is 20 by 20 or something, and 10 feet tall, and they put that together in 20 minutes. So that's pretty damn good.
And a good gust of wind will blow that thing across the city.
Yeah,
with everybody
and the
in
kids
it.
with it. Fuck them if they're dumb enough to. No. It really that's happened before. Was those things blew away, and I don't think anybody's been killed or anything, but that is a danger with something like that. But mostly, all you got to do is think of ask Tony Renzo there. Say hi.
Hi.
Say,
I'm not good on camera. Anyway, back to you. I was just showing you how we can flip it around, and
yeah.
It's amazing what this camera will do.
Yeah, it's we've been through all kinds of equipment. When we started, we didn't. The camera's not pointing at me anymore.
It is too.
It is.
It's still looking right at you. See, it'll follow you.
Oh.
See, because it's following you. It focuses right. I have the focal point. See.
Yeah.
If I turn it like this,
Cool.
it'll move. Watch, but it'll refocus on you every time.
Yeah. That's
See,
cool.
that's the new AI cameras. They're very smart.
I'm looking like Ray Kurzweil.
And then if I want to zoom in on you, I can take it and zoom in on you. See?
Yeah.
And it's actually doing that in the recording. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to your show.
Yeah. So we're planning to try and make 2-minute videos, a minute and 50 seconds, to plug into the SFG TV instead of my speaking live at the monitor. I think it'd be interesting because we can put all kinds of things like my ad for Peskin behind me. We can put all kinds of things together in a video that we can't. If I'm just live standing there talking like a dummy, looking like an old man with his teeth out. No, should I take my? No, I won't take my teeth out this episode. I'll do it later when the kids are out of the room. Yeah.
This is YouTube, honey.
I'm
It's not made for kids.
I will not have porn in the background ever, I promise you. Except I do have my medical records online. Let's see. Okay, here's the names for the week.
Still doesn't want to do what I'm trying to do. Anyway, you little punk. Never mind. I shut it off once by accident.
Okay, is it off?
But, no, it's still recording.
It's on. Okay. There's a controversy going on that I'm not a part of, and that's rare because I'm a nosy son of a bitch, you know. But there's a controversy going on that the Bernal Heights or Bernal Hill Democratic Club had an election, and
Bernal Heights.
Bernal Heights.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know. Bernal.
Bernal, isn't it a hill?
There is a hill in Bernal Heights, yes.
Yeah, Bernal Heights. Yeah. Anyway, the Democratic Club had a forum, I guess. I don't know, or else they interviewed candidates, but they didn't interview me, and they interviewed the other 6 candidates. And I thought, man, that's just stinks.
That's not
man.
right. I mean, you are still alive, right? We're
right.
showing videos. We're still alive. He's probably still here.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote on Mission Local, which doesn't publish everything that I write by any means now, you know. But I wrote on Mission Local, I said, you know, hey, you know, I collected the signatures, I raised my hand, I paid the money, you know, I got on the ballot, I should be invited.
You're the first one to be legit.
I was the first one to be legit in the whole city, you know.
Right.
And so they ignored me, but so I took the opportunity to use their platform to give my platform out, which I would have done to the Bernal Heights Democratic Club, and I'm sure that they would have endorsed me over Jackie Fielder and Trevor Chandler. I mean, don't these people sound like movie stars already? Is that
well,
right?
yeah, Chandler, yeah, he was an actor.
I said Trevor Chandler. Is it possible to get a wider name? You know,
Yeah. But that Chandler just died.
He's a nice guy. I asked him if he was part of the Chandler family from the L.A. Times. Otis Chandler. I ran on his track team in the late 70s. But he said no, he's from the East Coast Chandlers, and he joked about that. I don't know what the hell that means, but I know he worked for AIPAC, which is the Mossad's outreach in the United States. They're tactical spies and bullshit like that. I mean, I don't care. He's a nice guy, and but they're arguing with he and Fielder because his people. He came in, and his people are the billionaire people, so they hired a bunch of people to go in and register as Republicans or as Democrats in that club, 10 at a time, so that they could get accounts so that Fielder wouldn't win. They needed 60% or something to be endorsed or some crap and all that, but she won, but she didn't get the percentage necessary. And so they had a revote and gave it to her. But I mean, my feeling about those two is they should go somewhere else. The Fielder is too big for a district supervisor job. She should succeed Nancy Pelosi in the House of Representatives, and she should start campaigning now. She's 29 years old, and that's pretty. You can be in the House of Representatives at 25, you know. But Biden was a senator at like 30. You know, you have to be 30, and I think you had to wait for his birthday to get sworn in or some bullshit. But I think she's not going to be more than if she wins more than a one term, because I think she'll get kicked upstairs. But my roundabout way is saying that she's got a lot of talent, but my choice in the district is Roberto Hernandez because he was born and raised here. He did Carnival for 46 years. I mean, the budget is getting austere for City Hall, and that means that the squeeze will be on the mission. And he's agreeing with me the kinds of economic stimulus that'll get the mission going that are radical. Something like legalizing the sex trade. And that'll fill up a bunch of those storefronts on mission, and going the whole 9 yards, and buying the armory and making it into an Ohlone San Francisco combination gambling casino, and put another casino in Cow Palace, and put a whole colony on Alcatraz with a couple of hotels to throw in there too. That will be legalized sex, gambling. We've already got drugs are legal here. We should fill in some of those holes where there aren't brothels on Mission Street. Fill those in with DMT parlors, or maybe a psychedelic thing. I could see places designed like the 1849 opium dens in San Francisco, but have pot instead, or hash. Are you digging this, Tony?
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, I want to do a film of that, of us walking down that we would be walking it as though we were cops on the beat, coming out of the 16th and Mission cop box, which is actually I'd make it into a big, not huge, but in the corner of both sides of the BART stop, on all of the BART stops in San Francisco, but particularly the Mission, those two, 16th and 24th, and put a permanent stage, build it out of nice stone, and cover it with frescoes and the like, and or use mosaics. Use mosaics, something that'll last and stand up to litter. But build a stage with a place for the cops, and then the stages on either side of that, and they're a permanent presence there. And you got one cop there, even if there's a nuclear explosion, they never leave. And there's 30 of them in the city. So anywhere you're in the city and you know you absolutely need a cop, you can drive or walk to within 30 locations, and there will be a cop there, and there will be 2 other cops on foot patrol going out from that district. And so that's my idea of how to do foot patrols, and that's the way they did the foot patrols here in the 1940s. The city's the same size, more people. Anyway, getting back to the things that I would have told the Democratic Club, the Bernal Heights Democratic Club. My program is about 3 things. My candidacy, it's about trash, crime, and the economy. And for trash, did I go through the lotteries with them already? And today?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I've done it so much. But anyway, trash, crime, and lotteries. Lottery's $1 million lottery. You get a working hour, you get a lottery ticket, and at the end of the year, you get $1 million for first prize, $10,000 for the next 100 prizes. So it costs the city or Lurie or whoever's going to back it $3 million to get it going per year. On crime, K to 12, I want to raise our own lovers and killers and whatever, but I'm into security, so I'd start with kindergarten. Kids can watch on film of how the crossing guards work down at the corner, and when they get bigger, they can go down and be assistants with the crossing guards. We're talking K to 8 now, and then you go as you get to 6th grade, which I taught, which was the middle school area. You get registered. Everybody gets registered to vote. Everybody gets drafted into your jury, and you have the opportunity to apply to be a hall monitor. and hall monitors on every floor of every building and in the entire district at all times. In case some shooter comes on, some crazy person, you're going to have a trained crew, because when we did this at Potrero Hill, there were like 500 kids in the school, and we took I think I don't know 60 or something, but 300 kids volunteered to be hall monitors, and then you write tickets for kids who are in the hall if they're out there because they're cutting class, but if they're just lost or whatever, take them to the class. But you've got monitors on every floor at all the times, and then they write the tickets, and then the tickets go to a student court, and then the students are drafted into jury duty, and then they can volunteer to be lawyers and judges. And you think that's crazy? We did it at Potrero Hill 30 years ago. Yes, we did. And it cleaned up the school. We did murals all around that school. And yeah, anyway, long time ago. So crime, go K to 12, and then once you get out, once you get to be in 8th grade, we took the kids on with the police department's wilderness program, took them through the ropes course. First of all, they had to pass the ropes course down in McLaren Park, and then we would went out for a 2-day camping hiking thing in the Marin Headlands, that are some really dangerous hills where you had to climb, and trust everybody, and risk your lives really with the passing up things with a rope up the cliff, and then camping out. Fantastic thing. In high school, then McLaren used to have an entire school dedicated to wilderness, and you remember that, Tony? McAteer.
Oh yeah, McAteer.
McAteer had it. And
Yeah.
Can you tell them something about it? Anything?
No, I was there in the 70s. It wasn't like when it first started. It was for children that were delinquent, because
Yeah.
juvenile hall was across the street from there,
Still
and it
is.
was easy to just move them right from one location to the other. So, but honest to God, I would go to McAteer, sign into homeroom, and go home.
Yeah.
And when they asked me, why didn't you go to class, I said, because homeroom sent me home.
Yeah. Every day
Every day.
for a year.
Yeah, my mother got my report card. It said NG, NG, NG. She said, what's NG? No grade, no grade, no grade.
Yeah.
No attendance, you know.
Yeah.
None of my teachers knew who I was because they never saw me, you know.
This is high
but
school.
What's that?
High school.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a troubled kid, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was my job, man. I was a behavior teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way
We'd go somewhere and do drugs instead, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of go to school, you know.
I gave one kid $5 a month to be my spy, to tell me where all the kids who were delinquent were going. And then I gave them all. I would go to the bank when I got my paycheck every month. I would go to the bank and get 2 bundles of 25 brand new $1 bills. And then I get the $5 for the kid, brand new $5, and go and bribe kids all month. You know? and
That's a lot of money back in them days.
Oh no, it was for
A dollar was a lot of money back in them days for a kid.
No, but
Because you could buy a whole bag of candy.
But I was making fucking almost $20,000 a year, man.
Yeah.
And that was the rent on a 4-bedroom fucking mansion was $1,000 a month. There were 4 of us sharing it. So I mean, yeah, it was. You could live large on what we did, but it cleaned up the school. And I'd stop and buy potato chips and the cheapest soda, cases of it, and take it in every day. And we sold out of the door of our room. We sold into the schoolyard, sold potato chips and soda to rot the kids' teeth, and had no permits, no whatever. I had kids running around the district with the building with clipboards and orange jerseys, and then kids painting murals on the walls and bullshit and all that, and going and camping in the woods. Of course, they had to get rid of me.
You're up to 30 minutes already.
So I had a fight with the head of the teachers what do you call it? The head of the school board.
Oh.
The head of the school board, and they refused to renew my contract. And I said, that guy come on like he was as badass as I was, you know. And I later found out he was a project kid too. His name's Keith Jackson. Now he's in prison for arranging contract killings. So I'm glad I didn't get too deep in with the guy. But anyway, crime and the economy, I think I covered it all. And I would go to get a lot of attention on the Bulldog program is the senior in high school will have a course that you can become a sniper, you know, with a rifle. You can use firearms as soon as you're 18 years old, because if you can use them in the military, you can use them in high school. And I would go, I mean, I wouldn't think that program would ever happen. It might.
No, because
might
kids will be shooting each other on the street.
No. Believe me, but if you give a kid a rifle, and he's been through the Bulldog program from kindergarten, and that's a well-disciplined kid, he'll certainly make a great soldier or a sailor or Air Force person. You know what I mean? Because that's where, in my school, that's where everybody went, was into the military. But if you got 12 years of training that I give you, and safety inside the school, not everybody's gonna go there. They're like my son, you know. My son's pretty good with the rifle, and other things. But anyway, I would advertise it that way for the PR effect, and then once you get them there, instead of the military, they can go in a foreign service for safety officers with the cops and firefighters that will send to other countries on an exchange program. Economy, back to sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Remember, there's a big party at 16th and Mission and at 24th and Mission going on every day, all day. And at night you have poetry readings, and there's always a stage, and there's always 3 cops there, one in the station and 2 walking out on patrol and coming back and forth. So they walk right by the casino and the brothels. H. Brown and Tony Renzo, Bulldog Network, out on July 13th, 2024, and that's enough talking for today. And you'll get well, Raphael. Don't worry about the tongue lashing too much.